at الوكرة Independent Secondary School for Boys. It's our great pleasure to welcome you to our first public speaking tournament under the title Speak Up. We are very delighted to hold this tournament for a number of reasons. The first reason is that persuasive language is an integral part of the English curriculum standards in the secondary grades. Secondly, this contest is an attempt to give the students from different schools the opportunity to express their views on different issues using the persuasive techniques and skills they have learned and are still learning at their schools. Regarding the formats of today's contest, each contestant is kindly requested to come over here upon hearing his name called. The contestant will introduce himself mentioning his name, his grade, and his speech title. Each contestant will perform for about 5 to 8 minutes. Our valued judges will be assessing the speech throughout. They will assess the performance of each contestant based on the rubric sent to your school earlier. After all contestants are done with their speeches, we will have 10 minutes break during which you can have some refreshments. After the break, we will announce the names of the winners at the auditorium, and they will receive their prizes and achievement certificates. All participants and supervisors will also receive appreciation certificates, and a group photo will be taken. Without further ado, contestant number 1 is Yazan Shihab. May he please come to the podium.
From Independent School, and my topic would be this house would ban animal testing. Ladies and gentlemen, blood is in our hands if we do not act now. If you saw someone torturing a dog or a cat at the street, you would know that he's cold-hearted, regardless of how smart he is. I'm going to talk about 2 main arguments throughout my speech. First is animal rights, and second, another treatment other than animal testing. But before I start, I'd like to define the motion. It's the use of animals for countless products and applications, such as cosmetic, drugs, food addition, household products, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone has a right of life, liberty, and security of person. But this declaration is by the United Nations, and it includes dozens of other human rights that includes to be free of slavery, torture, and degrading or cruel treatments. This, ladies and gentlemen, although we have general morals that killing a wild animal or an attacking tiger is the right decision, it is not merely true to have them killed if they are unarmed. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the legal agreement that declares that melts human rights of self-defense as the risk decreases. So if you kill an unarmed burglar or a trespasser, this may or may not be have risks. Killing a loud neighbor is crossing the line. Now this line is particularly way low when it comes to animals. Being that results actually work doesn't necessarily that it's merely right for us to kill animals. European Commissioner in 1997 did a study which showed an average of 150 million animals killed. Slaughtered by animals. Obviously, because those animals, after they are tested, they are not going back to the wild, because that might affect other animals. So there is just no justifiable basis for this, ladies and gentlemen. A state philosopher said that there is no flow that we should not, that parakeets should not fly because hawks fly higher. It's it doesn't make sense. That just because we are higher intelligence doesn't mean that we can use animals merely to find our answers. Regardless of the outcome, what is right is we act in which is merely right. To go through my second argument, which is the alternative solution. In 2011, a poll of 1,000 biomedical applied by the science journal Nature supposed that 90% of these biomedical scientists did agree that animal testing is in fact essential, and here's why. In 2011, PISA did a study which basically showed us that why we do not need animals, and it is throughout what we have come up with through innovation. The fact that you can test on live tissue cultures that is more productive and reliable, because live tissue cultures shows us a lot more closely how the human body is more likely to react to whatever the drug is applied to. So if we do not need animal testing, I get you the question of why should we? There's an argument that animals aren't the same as us because they are dumb, because they can't solve mathematical problems, or write poetry. But so if this is the reason why, then we should test on dumb humans. We should take away their rights and start testing on them. But this is inevitably wrong, ladies and gentlemen. We think it's really important to respect humans, not because they are stupid, but because they are living creatures, ladies and gentlemen. They breathe, eat, feel torture. Animals do feel pain, ladies and gentlemen, just like we do. There are a lot of humans that are quite slow at representing the stimuli. There are plenty of cats that if you put a ball of wool in front of them, they would leap way higher than any human possibly can. Does that mean that cats are superior to humans? Probably not. But here's the thing: that us human is we set apart, and what makes us set apart is that we can feel sympathy for those who cannot take care of themselves. We can feel sympathy for humans and animals who cannot take care of themselves. There being, ladies and gentlemen, to summarize what I've gone through throughout my speech, being that this is not morally right. Everyone has the right to live, whether it's human or animal, because animals are just like us. They feel everything, even including pain. I gave you why that there's an alternative to animal testing that includes the cells that we can the live cells that we can experiment on. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a question. Why are we dying to live when they're just living to die?
Thank you, Mr. Rizan. May Abdelmajid Hamid please come to the podium?
We have been using technology so much in the past few decades.